Hello, my name is Abu Bakar Fofana, and the movie that I'm going to talk about for my final project is Kinyarwanda. The word Kinyarwanda is a language from Rwanda that was spoken by a lot of people. So this movie is mainly about a genocide that happened in 1994 that involved in the killing of many people, especially people from the Tutsi tribe. The movie showed portrayed a lot of five tribes: the Muslims, the Christians, the Tutsi, the Hutu, and the Tawa. So Mufti Sheikh Tembo was one of the most respected Muslim leaders in the country at that time, and he wrote a letter telling the Muslims not to partake in the killing of the Tutsi. At the time, the Tutsi were getting chased and killed by the Interahamwe. The Interahamwe were the rebels that were chasing down the Tutsis and killing them. Anywhere they see them, they kill them and chase them down because they didn't like them. And for example, if somebody got married with a Tutsi or another tribe like is in relationship with a Tutsi, they also get killed, which was really sad to see. The Interahamwe were mainly from the Hutu tribe, but they disliked the people from the Tutsi tribe. So when that happened, the people from the Tutsi tribe they went and hid in churches, and then the Interahamwe broke into the churches and killed all of them. And then they decided to go to the mosques, and they were welcomed with open arms by the Imam. The Imam is the leader of the mosque. The Imam welcomed all the tribe, the Christians, the Muslims, the Christians, sorry, the Hutus and the Tutsi and the Tawas, despite their differences. He welcomed them with open arms, and they ended up having a great relationship. And they started their journey of fighting the injustice that's going on. And an example of that is Jean. Jean's mom and dad. Jeannie is like she's the protagonist of the movie. She was the main female actress of the movie. Her mom was a Tutsi and her dad was a Hutu. At the time, that wasn't allowed by the rebels. So they searched for them and chopped down anybody who married Tutsi or was married to a Tutsi, which was really sad. So this tweet right here is talking about the Muslims, the way the Muslims embrace all the other tribes despite their differences or difference in religion, which is really cool to see. So the cultural difference, the culture portrayed in the movie was very strong. Like I said, there were five groups in the movie, five groups of tribes. In the movie, the Christians, the Tutsi, the Hutu, the Tawa, and the Muslims. Although a lot of people lost their lives, but one thing that stood out to me the most is the Muslims welcoming all the other tribes with open arms, and then all the tribes coming together to help fight the injustice, which was really cool to see. So this is a link of the whole movie. If you want to watch everything, this is you can go to this link right here and watch the entire movie. So my personal response, I reacted to the movie pretty differently. In the beginning, I was very lost with what was happening. But once I got into the middle, I started understanding everything that was going on. So another thing I didn't mention was Ismail. Ismail was this very smart kid because his father once sent him to go get cigarette from the shop, and he met with the Interahamwe rebels. And then the Interahamwe rebels asked him, "Do you know who has the guns? Also, do you know where the cockroaches are?" The Interahamwe rebels at the time were talking about people, human beings. They called the Tutsi people from the Tutsi tribe, cockroaches. So the kid was very funny. He took the rebels to his house and he showed them cockroaches in his house, and then he showed them images of people holding guns in movies from his TV, and that was really funny to see. And the the Interahamwe rebels who were captured were taken to re-education camps, and they were given the opportunity to reconcile and talk about their stories or the amount of people they have killed or the amount of Tutsi families they have killed, and they were very disappointed in their actions. Especially one of the guys there was Emmanuel. He was very, very disappointed. He could not even talk. He was like really sad and upset about what he did. So one thing I learned from this movie is good things like treating everybody equal no matter what they believe in, not losing faith no matter what happens, understanding that God is in control and He will help us get through this. Also, teamwork makes the dream work. That's another thing that this movie showed. So this is a link that summarizes the movie. If you want to get into know more about the movie, you can go to this link right here and watch and read through it everything. So the cinematography of the movie was pretty decent, but I have some critical points about it. In the beginning of the way the movie was displayed was pretty confusing in the beginning for me. It was hard for me to understand, but once I got into the 30 minutes mark, I started understanding and seeing how things are going and understanding where this is going. And I also felt like the movie was scratching a lot at some point. There were times where the movie would stop for 3 to 5 seconds, like I paused it, which wasn't the case. And some of the scenes were really dark. It was hard for me to see what was happening, which I didn't like. But apart from that, the movie, the pictures and everything was pretty decent. So the way the human beings were treated in the movie was pretty sad at times, but because the Interahamwe rebels were walking around with cutlasses, machetes, trying to looking for Tutsi people to kill, and they were threatening people and trying to kill people, which was very sad. But one thing that really stood out to me is the Muslims welcoming all the tribes in open arms. No matter what you believe in, you welcomed here in the mosques of Kijali, which where everybody was hiding. Sorry, to start hiding from the rebels to help fight this injustice. They all came together and helped fight this injustice that was going on because the Rwandan government wasn't doing anything to help. And this is another link right here that you can go to look at the synopsis of the movie, the summary. So, what should have been done to avoid the genocide from happening? First of all, I feel like if the tribes came together earlier, uh, the amount of people that died will not have been 500,000. If the Muslim, Christians, Tutsi, and Tawa put all their differences together, aside, sorry, and come together, the amount of people that die that will die will have reduced. And the Rwandan government didn't do a great job of stopping these rebels. They just had to wait for the UN to intervene. Because if you look at most of the genocides that happen in Africa, the UN have to intervene for it to stop, which is not right. The government need to do a better job of stopping the rebels. Another important thing that happened in the movies, after the UN captured the Interahamwe rebels, they took them to re-education camps to enlighten them about the bad they have done and the amount of family members they have hurt, which the rebels were very disappointed in their actions, and they showed remorsefulness. And I feel like the Rwandan government should have done a better job, like I said, and the rebels regretted all their actions. Two things stood out to me in the movie. First one was Jean forgiving Emmanuel, the Interahamwe rebel who killed her parents. She, the rebel, asked for forgiveness in front of everybody, and Jean forgave him for what he did, killing both her parents. And Jean forgave him and claimed that she will become friends with her for the rest of her life, which was really cool to see. And another thing that stood out to me is the Muslims and the Christians performing their religion in one building. There was a scene in the movie where the Muslims and the Christians were practicing their religion in one building. The Christians were on this side and the Muslims were on this side practicing their religions. And after that, they all came together trying to find solutions to fight the Houthi rebels because the Rwandan government wasn't doing too much. Thank you.